All right, guys. No more playing around. I've tried emailing so many of you. Oh, for any clients or friends that have joined this Instagram Live, feel free to jump out if you'd like. There probably will be some sheds of light of hope in between it, but we're going to open up. I've been trying to email my students ever since Suffolk went online, and I've only gotten, like, out of 100 kids, like 3 emails back. So what I figured I would do is hit them where they hang out. And I knew if I did look at this, Instagram Live, they're all on. Amazing. Okay, so before I even start with my students, and as I said, if anybody would like to jump out, feel free. But I would like to take a second to just send some love out to my fellow marketers and business owners and everybody out there that has been dealing with everything that's been going on. I can't even begin to describe the strength and courage that I see in the greatness. We'll get through it. But for my students, so like I said, I've been trying to email you guys about what was going to go down this week, but nobody was emailing back. So here we are. I've got it written down so that I don't stray from my notes. Okay. So let's start. First things first. Classes are back this week, you guys. I'm sure you guys have a lot of classes before me, but I just figured this would be a good time to let you guys kind of know how it's going to go. So on this right now, we've got consumer behavior, integrated marketing, and principles of marketing all on here. So you're all going to get a link to Zoom, which is going to be our online classroom. And in our class, we'll meet at the same time it does every week. It will just meet in the Zoom classroom. So hopefully by now, as your last day of spring break comes to an end and the reality is set in that we all have to get back to work, hopefully you guys have taken the time to learn Zoom and figured it out. And if you haven't, you've got a little bit of time. So let's get that done. I'm going to go ahead and adjust almost all of your syllabi going forward. I'm going to take a look at what we've covered, what we have to cover, what time we have left, because some of you have lost time. Once I figure that out at the beginning of class, your class time, I'll kind of go through it and tell you guys how I adjusted it, tell you guys how I changed things around. Also tell you kind of like what we're going to do going forward. So, I don't want any of you guys to worry. It's going to go fine. I want to say something. You guys, this is going to take a lot of work, okay? It's not easy to transition online. It's not easy what anybody is going through right now. Not for you guys, not for business owners. You forget, your professor is a business owner during the day who has 90% hospitality clients. So in one fell swoop, all of my clients were knocked out. So believe me, this is not easy on any of us. And it's not going to be easy on you guys either. And it's going to take a lot of work. But I have faith and I'm ready to do the work. I want you guys to take something into consideration when you go back to school. I know you guys don't see what's been happening kind of behind the scenes at Suffolk, and I see all of your posts and you're heartbroken and you're mad and you're enraged, and then the next minute you're crying, and I get it, but we care. Every day there are multiple conversations going on between professors. We have Zoom conferences ourselves. Some of these professors haven't taught online yet, and they're working through the night and all these hours to learn these softwares and to think of different ways to give you guys the best education that we can under the circumstances that we're in. And I just want you guys to remember that, not your girl. Your girl's fine. I mean, I could teach on Instagram. I'd be fine. I've been doing this for 5 years, all right? I've taught classes from airports, hotels, my car, UFC open workouts. I got it, all right? But some of your other professors are working really, really, really hard. So try to remember that and try to stay patient with them, all right? We're all just trying to figure out how to do this together, okay? So, if you want to take out all your frustrations on me, that's fine. I can handle it, but just go easy on my fellow professors. it's funny. I see all of your posts, right? And you all have a different story right now. And some of you are, oh, my senior year gone. And then some of you are my freshman year gone. And I'm not going to graduate and blah, 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 blah. You guys, it's a weird thing. You guys like to live somewhere in the past and always worrying about the future. And as much as I try to tell you not to do that, you're going to do it anyways. So this is what I'm going to tell you. This is not the first time that I have seen scenarios like this. I used to make fun of my dad all the time because he used to, every time we went through something, he would say, I lived through this, or, if we could get through this and I could do this. And I remember being probably your age and thinking, like, you shut up, old man. Like, I don't care what you went through. You're not me. You don't know what I'm going through. And I look back now and I realize that he told me those things not so that it was like, oh, I did this, you can do this. But he told me those things so that I would remember that every tough time that you go through, every challenge that you face, if you're strong and you're tough and you stick it out and you give it your all, you'll get through it. I know I look extremely young, but I've already lived through a crash after 9/11, the marathon bombings, and now this. My business has gone up, down, left, and right. My bank accounts have gone up, down, left, and right. My depression has gone up, down, left, and right. And I got through it. And when you're faced with a challenge like this, like what you guys are facing right now, right? You have to finish out your year using the computer. You don't get to see your friends. Like, I understand what that's like. But you can look at this in one of two different ways, okay? You can look at this as, well, everything else is, shutting down, so I'm going to shut down too. Or you can look at it like, everything else is shutting down, I'm about to just get turned up. And I'd rather see you guys do it that way, because at the end of all this, when you're done, if you work hard and you were able to overcome this and pull out of this with A's, B's, C's, that when you go after these jobs, employers are going to remember that you did your senior year, your freshman year, your sophomore year in a time that was challenging for everybody. I don't want to see you guys shut down. Which of those types of people are you? I know which one I am, right? This challenge of moving online to classes, my first reaction wasn't, oh my God, what am I going to do? My first reaction was like, yeah, let's do it. This is a challenge. My kids will prevail. We'll get through it. We'll make it better than before. This is the world you guys are going into. Multi-billion-dollar global companies have offices all over the world, and yet they come together and meet through these same platforms that you guys have the opportunity to do it. So instead of acting like this is going to set you back, why not look at it like this is going to push you forward? Right? You're going to have skills now. You're going to be able to use Zoom. You're going to be able to hold teleconferences. You're going to be able to work as teams without ever being in the same room. And these are things that happen in the real world. So I know it's different, and I know it sucks, and I know you're missing out on a lot of things. But I promise you that if you really, really, really work hard, it's going to be awesome. I know you guys are upset about graduation. Every day I'm checking my DMs, and there's, tearful, sad, messages about, I'm not going to graduate now. What's going to happen to graduation? We're not there right now. We're not there, right? Right now we're here. So let's be here. When I think of some of the things that I had to go through during the time after 9/11 and all of those things, it wasn't easy, but I try really hard not to think about them that much. I took from it what I needed to, and then I did what I needed to in terms of putting the past where it's supposed to stay. All right? So we're past the point of school not being on campus anymore. It's in the past. Can't do anything about it. All right? I also can't worry about the end of May and whether or not you guys are going to walk across the stage, because in my mind, you're walking across the stage. It's happening. Don't worry about whether or not you're going to get there. You'll get there. I promise you, you'll get there. You freshmen will return. You'll have 3 years ahead of you. You seniors will walk across the stage. And if you don't walk across the stage, you'll get something else. Every time I hear you guys say, oh, my senior year's gone, or oh, my freshman year's gone, I know you're not going to like what I have to say, but I don't think a lot of you were really, really tuned into those years anyways. In fact, a lot of you couldn't even come to the last classes before spring break. So how tuned in were you really where this is just throwing off your world? Now it's okay. I get it. I was lecturing and your head was somewhere on a beach in Tulum. I understand. Fine. All right? Most people tune me out anyways. But before you go on to say, my senior year is gone, my freshman year is gone, my junior year is gone, it is only gone if you let it be gone. It's still going on. We still have until May 5th to get all of this done. So you can say it's gone and you can do very little, or you can say it's only yet begun. I might not have given it my all, but now I've got an even bigger hurdle ahead of me. I'm going to jump it. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to finish strong, and then I'm going to have a story to tell. Because when you go into these job interviews and you're, 32 like I am, you'll be able to say, I was faced with a challenge my senior year. I overcame it. I got an A, I got a B. I was in a different time zone. I had to rush home. I was in the hospital. There's a lot of things that your other classmates have been going through that you guys don't always know, right? And some of them have double challenges that you have. So you can either look at this and go, that's it. I didn't give it my all. I've been kind of tuned out. I'm tuned in now. It's not going to stop me. I'm going to make the best of this year. I'm going to finish strong. We're in. If you don't believe me, I've got every professor texting me, asking me, how do you do this? How do you do that? They're interested, they care. We're all in this together, and we're all dedicated to getting you to the end. All right? You have to trust us. I ask you guys constantly if you trust me, and you say you do. You have to put that same trust in the other professors, and more importantly, you have to trust that you can do this. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But we can do it. I'll help you. I'm in, all right? Like I said, I got most of my clients knocked out in one fell swoop, so I got all the time in the world, and I don't see myself sleeping over the next 3 weeks. So whatever we got to do, I'll do it, all right? And I speak for the rest of the professors at Suffolk and say the same. I know it seems like we've brought your entire world down, but if you could see what Suffolk is trying to do for you guys behind the scenes, I think it would inspire you a little. They haven't given up on you. It's quite the opposite. We've all come together stronger than before. We're not sleeping. We're staying up. A lot of the effort that's going in has given me so much more faith in this school. And I didn't even go here. I couldn't love this place more. And I couldn't love it more because you guys are all there. So I'm in. I'll be here, right? I want to see your faces. I want to see how hard you can work. If you didn't give it your all to this point, remember what I told you. We all make mistakes, right? We can always start again. Sometimes we have to turn around and go, you know what? I probably didn't show up as much as I should have or given it my all, but you can change that. And what better time to change that than now? So, I'm in if you are. Don't make me come find you on Instagram again, especially on St. Patrick's Day, my favorite day of the year. All right? And for those of you who didn't see it, I even worked in a little bit of a lecture, right? Did you hear the music playing? Sensory marketing. See this? Product placement. And as for my principles of marketing, kid, this is us, right? Thursday night class, this is us. We're ready to go. It's your last day off. Go get some rest. I'll see you guys this week.